My name is Mike Garcia. It is Wednesday, October 12th, coming to you from the Occupy San Diego Civic Center Plaza, and I'm here with Michael T. Pines. He is an attorney at law, and he specializes in foreclosure rights for people who are being foreclosed upon. Thanks for coming, Mike. Sure, Michael. Can I call you Mike? Sure. All right. First off, I'd like to let people know that you have a number of websites that they can get information. The first one is www.pinesandassociates.com. What is on that site?
That is my law firm's website. I do not actively practice law, but there are other lawyers that I'm affiliated with, including Macaluso and Associates, who is a very famous lawyer, Todd Macaluso. But the first thing that's on there is the interview I did with Denise Pellegrini of Bloomberg, who broke the robo-signing story.
Right.
And I've worked pretty closely with her, and I stay in contact.
The next site is the number 4, closurefraud.org. That's the number 4, closurefraud.org. Tell us about that site.
Foreclosurefraud.org is probably the most popular website right now in the United States for people that are facing foreclosure. They get millions of hits, the government watches it, everybody watches it, and they have excellent information for both lawyers and lay people on the number foreclosurefraud.org, or CLOSUREFRAUD. The other one is the Living Lies website, which is www.livinglies.wordpress. LIVLIES.wordpress.com. That is Neil Garfield's website. Neil lives in Phoenix. I visited with him many times. He is one of the leaders in the country on foreclosure defense and foreclosure defense law. His website is more technical. It's more geared towards lawyers. It has a tremendous amount of invaluable legal information for lawyers in representing property owners and homeowners in particular. And I would really recommend their websites for information over my website.
How long have you been practicing foreclosure law?
Since the early 1980s.
How did you get your start?
It was during the savings and loan crisis, and I had clients that were property owners initially, and I became involved in litigation. I became involved in litigation with what was then the Resolution Trust Corp, for those people that are old enough to remember it. And I sued the Resolution Trust Corporation, and I hired lawyers that worked for them, and then I ended up working with them to try to help solve that crisis.
As you know, the Occupy Wall Street movement, which the Occupy San Diego movement has evolved from, and we support fully, they have been criticized for many things, including civil disobedience. You have several pending cases, criminal cases, including 3 arrests and 26 criminal charges. Would you care to comment?
If you want to see what I did, you can Google my name and Dylan Radigan. That's the best interview. It's always been the same thing. I think there are more than 26 charges. I've always been arrested for the same thing. In my opinion, when your house is taken from you illegally, it's no different than if your car was stolen. So if you come to me as a lawyer and say, my car was stolen and I know where it is, my advice would be to call the police, go get a key made, and get your car back. The only problem is in this crisis, the police arrest you instead of the criminal because the banks have brainwashed the entire world into thinking you're the criminal instead of them. And they can't arrest the banks.
I read an article from last year in the Wall Street Journal that said you had over 70 clients that you have been involved in helping them get back their homes.
Yes, more than that now, hundreds. And, you know, when you say get back their homes, there's two parts to real estate. There's possession and there's title. I've helped hundreds and hundreds of people, if not more, get possession. You don't need title until you want to sell the house or refinance.
And you have supplied us with a draft. It's a handbook for homeowners, foreclosure defense. And you have supplied this information for free. You have given us permission to upload this book onto our website so that people can get this information as free. Why are you doing that?
I'm doing that because, you know, there are some people, some lawyers that go, oh, I have this valuable information, I want to sell it. I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about this country. There's plenty, if I had an army of 1 million lawyers, there'd still be too much legal. So I'm not worried about competition. I want to help people. And I'm willing to give this information out for free. It's already cost me a lot of money. And I need to cut back on my costs. But I'm happy to give you that information. This is a foreclosure defense handbook for homeowners that tells you what to do. And so, you know, that's what this book is about. It's focused on unlawful detainers and quiet title actions. Two very simple things that you can do. Anybody can do it in any state on any house.
You have been informed that the local police are enforcing a ban on bringing any more tents or canopies. You have committed to setting up an information booth or canopy here to educate the occupiers about their rights regarding their rights of residency and foreclosure.
Correct.
Why are you willing to challenge the authorities?
I'm not going to challenge them. Okay? If a police officer tells you to do something, you do it. Period. If a police officer instructs me not to set up a site here, I'm going to get his badge number, I'm going to call his supervisor, I'm going to contact the police department's attorneys, and I'm going to ask them what their position is. If I disagree with their position, that's what judges are there for. And then they're either going to sue me, or I'm going to sue them, and we're going to go to court, and a judge is going to decide. Okay, I'm not going to get arrested anymore. That's out of the question. You know, the first time it was interesting. After that, it's no fun.
Right.
So I'm going to tell the police officers, and hopefully in front of the press and everybody else, if a police officer tells me to do something, I'm going to do it. Period. So if I show up here with one of these canopies and the police say you can't set it up, I'm going to say fine, and I'm going to get their information, and I'm going to leave, and then I'm going to go to court. Because there I'm safe. There I have a judge. And I'm going to tell the judge what happened. I'm going to tell the judge my position on the matter. The police will have a lawyer there. They will tell the judge their position. And a judge will tell me whether I can set up a canopy down here or not.
Fantastic. The millions of foreclosures that have happened across this country have been a big part of fueling the Occupy New York or Occupy Wall Street and the Occupy movements in at least 500 cities across the United States. So we'd like to thank you for the information. Information is power, and the world is watching.
I'm happy to help.